What's up guys, this is David Ritt, and today we will learn how to make this. Alright, Biscits remix of a song called Heal Me by FARR, F-A-R-R. Thanks for this wonderful remix, I really love it. Let's dive right in and see how it's done. The bass on its own sounds like this. And it's quite simple. I just used a sine oscillator and it's only one voice, it's in mono, and I put in the effects some distortion, some multiband compression and a filter where the cutoff is pretty low and the filter is being automated by this envelope. Look at the automation here when I play it. And what I also do over here in the matrix is I automate the master tune with envelope 3. It's only very minimal, but listen to what happens when I raise the decay here. That's a really cool way to give the bass sound a bit of a transient and a nice attack. And yeah, it works quite well, and you can use it in all of your bass sounds if you want. Cool effect. The preset, by the way, will be available in the description text down below, as usual. You know, if you like it, maybe subscribe. Just saying. Alright. The drums. Very simple, but groovy and cool. They sound like this. What I really like about this fill, for example, is I automated this fade out knob here just to give it some variation. Listen to this. That's really cool. Before processing on drums, I usually have here and there some overdrive if I want to bring stuff forward. In this case, the hi-hats, for example. I put some reverb on all the elements, and I have on the drum bus something that's called full parallel. And it's a preset for the glue compressor that is a Ableton plugin. What it does is it is doing a very heavy compression, but then you have the dry wet knob only to 50%. That allows the heavy compression to come through, but also the transients to come through. So, you know, you're trying to have the best of two worlds, and it works really well. Look at how hard this is compressed. It's doing a ton in the mix, trust me. Now, the thing you all have been waiting for, the lead sound. Sounds like this. The magic of this sound happens here in the automation. I'll show you what I mean. So I have here a Serum, of course, my favorite synth of all time. And what I do is I have this LFO here, and this LFO automates the filter, obviously. Without the filter, it would sound totally different, like this. With the filter. So I have an LFO, it's set to BPM and 1/16th rate. So it cycles every 16th note, the LFO will cycle to the beginning again. I'm automating this here and there to 1/32 to make it faster and give it this rolling effect. For example, here in the beginning. Look at the LFO rate here when I play this. The second value I automate is the attack. So, for example, in the beginning where I wanted to come in a little bit slower, I have the attack to 356 milliseconds. In some circumstances, I have it super high to just give it a very, just make it very low in volume in this particular spot. And in other points, I have zero attack because I want it to be there right at the beginning. It's automated here, the attack. Listen to this. And that's actually all the magic of this synth. Of course, then I put in some multiband compression. I also put in compressor, reverb, RC20, one of my favorite plugins, again for some distortion and some analog grittiness. Pro Q, I applied a heavy equalizer there. If a student of mine would come to me and show me this curve, I would say, yeah, that's probably wrong because it's too aggressive and too crazy. But somehow it really worked well in the mix. I show the whole thing and I will mute this EQ and put it back on again to show you the difference. So for some reason, this works really well here, and it's a bit of a crazy EQ curve, but whatever works. If it works, it works. Use your ears, never forget. Next up, CQ, also one of my favorite EQs I use on lead sounds. I'm boosting the highs here quite a bit by 9 dBs. Also a bit of the mids at 5.6 kilohertz. I have a trial version of Galfos here going on. Galfos is a smart EQ, so to say. It's doing a bunch of shit if you put some values in here. It looks like this. I'll show you the difference. Makes it cleaner. It's the trial version, but I think it's so cool. I'm in love with it a little bit, so I will probably buy it. I hope it's not too expensive. We'll see. I'm putting a limiter here already on the lead. It's a good idea here and there to already reduce the dynamic range on the individual tracks. This way you avoid to overload the limiter you have on the master, where every signal is coming in. Free presets in the description text down below, by the way, also this lead. I made some cool effects here I wanted to show you. They sound like this. Super long. I'm using some vocal chops and I automated them, put on a lot of reverb, a lot of delays and the OTT afterwards to give it this really wonky but cool feel. Alright guys, that's already it for this one. That was super cool. I really love this song. I listened to the song in the last 2 weeks probably for, I don't know, 150 times, and I really do love it, and I'm quite proud that I was able to remake this lead synth almost 100% like it is in the original, and yeah, learned a lot. Before we listen to the end result one more time, I wanted to say thank you for sticking with me. It's video number 5 or 6 in 6 weeks, I think. I'm trying to make 50 videos this year. Thanks for joining me along this ride. It's really a lot of fun to do these remakes, to do challenges, to do, whatever floats my boat in this week. It's a nice Sunday activity to film these videos for you. So yeah, thanks a lot. Happy music producing. See you soon. Bye.